Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is August 22nd, 2026, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 10. I have a question for you. You ever watch me and you see me do this? When I'm looking at myself, I see my beard get crooked. And I go to straighten it, but I'm reversed in what I see. And so I move it the wrong way when I'm trying to straighten it. I don't have a quirk other than I was trying to straighten my beard. Maybe that's a quirk in and of itself. But I noticed it this morning that I probably do that every day and never realized it until just today. So just a fun fact for you. I am seeing myself, maybe for the first time today. I've been looking at myself a lot over the last many years. It is one of the best things that has ever happened to me, is having somebody tell me that I needed to learn to look at myself and see what others see. And it's not just physical. Actually, I've grown more by looking at myself and seeing what others see on the inside, what they see in my actions. Today, looking at Proverbs 22, verse 10, it says, "Drive out a mocker, and conflict goes too. Then quarreling and dishonor will cease." You know, a mocker is someone who stirs up dissension. I call him a pot stirrer. There's somebody that stands out in the background and they observe and they pick weaknesses that are vulnerable and they speak to them. They don't speak to them in a constructive way. They speak to them in a roundabout way. They get people overly conscious of things. A mocker would be someone who would see me playing with my beard every morning and go to everybody and say, he's insecure and he doesn't know what he's really saying, and so he's playing with his beard to convince himself that he's a man, something to that effect. And it would get back to me in a convoluted way, and I would be angry over it. That is something a mocker would do. And then I'd want to change that just so that I wouldn't look that way, and then I'd be fake. Well, as I was looking at this morning and reading "Drive out a mocker and conflict goes too," I realized that in the years that I've been looking at myself, and especially what people see in me as far as actions and words, I realized I've been driving that mocker out of my life. See, that mocker was me. If I couldn't get attention in one way, I would always try to get it in another. That mocker was me. And I've been driving that mocker out of my life. And as I've been doing that, the conflict in my life has decreased tremendously. I have a lot of work to do. Most of my mocking now is done inside my head. It doesn't come out of my mouth as much anymore. I do catch it, but it is not as apparent. But it's still there, and I have to deal with it. Drive out a mocker, and conflict goes too. Then quarreling and dishonor cease. I never looked at it as driving out the mocker in me. Maybe, just maybe, someone out there needed to hear that message today. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.